So, hi, Marianne. We're so glad that you're able to talk with us today about your webinar that's coming up on November 12th. So we're going to get started. I have a few questions for you just to give people a bit, into the weeds of what your webinar is going to be about and why they should come. So the first question that we have is, why is student parent data such an important conversation right now?
I would say, in essence, one in every five college students is a student parent. So let that sink in. They're balancing school, family, and a lot of the time work. They're highly motivated to earn a degree, but at a lot of colleges, they're just an invisible population because there isn't a reliable way to track them. So having accurate, actionable data, is what turns we think we have student parents on campus to we know who our student parents are and what we can do to support them.
Okay, great. I definitely agree with that for sure. And so what we're missing, so when it comes to student parents, what do you think institutions often overlook when collecting or using data about them?
I think that sometimes an institution's heart is in the right place. Like they may have added a question to a survey that all students complete on an ongoing basis that asks, are you a parent? But that sort of blanket question can lead to bad data. So, for example, a student could say on a survey, yes, I'm a parent, but without any context, it could be that that student's a 60-year-old with a child who's 40. So that's not the same thing as, say, a student with three kids under age 12. There's a big difference in implications.
Yeah, it is. It's something that we talk about in the student parent world, how, any age is going back nowadays, and it's not just younger people, it's
Right.
all ages. So yeah, I agree. So when we're looking at the bigger impact, if colleges and universities improved how they collect and use student parent data, what kind of change could that create for student parents on their campus?
If colleges consistently collected and used student parent data, they could create a complete paradigm shift in how they serve student parents, not just the currently enrolled ones, but the ones in the larger community. And then if college policies could be designed with families in mind, student parents would have access to resources they don't currently have access to, like resources that would help them persist and graduate while at the same time benefiting their kids and the larger community.
Yeah, I completely resonate with that as well for sure. And so when we think about people who should join this webinar, because it's a big talk in the student parent world as to, the collection of data on student parents. So who do you think really needs to be a part of this conversation and who should make sure they're in the virtual room for this webinar?
I would say that the webinar isn't just for researchers, although that is, they should definitely be there. I'd say it's for anybody who's shaping student success. So institutional research staff, academic deans, advisors, financial aid personnel, policymakers, they all play a role. And we also need student parents themselves in the room because their lived experiences are the reality check that ensures that the data work leads to meaningful action.
Right. So I agree with that. It sounds like everybody needs to be in the room.
Everybody.
So if you're available on November 12th at 2 o'clock p.m., we would love to have you join us virtually to hear Mary Ann speak about student parent data. Thank you so much, Mary Ann, for meeting with me today, and we hope you have a great day.
Thanks. You too.